Alright, so this is Cubing History, episode number 2. Now, the first episode was about cubing that I did about 2 weeks ago. This second episode took me a while to make to get around to making it because I had other things going on, but this episode is going to be about 3x3, like all that you see around here. It's about the 3x3. I'm going to be talking about the original up to now, what we have of now, as in like the Oolong, Wanlong, the Yuxin, and all that. So, the history of the 3x3 was that Ono Rubik made his first working prototype back in 1974. Here's a picture of the prototype on the screen. Now, it's a big... His was made out of wood, but I'm not sure if it was fully made out of wood or what. But it looks like it's made out of wood. And that, the Rubik's Cube was invented by a Hungarian architect and designer Ono Rubik. He was trying to find some way of helping his students understand three-dimensional problems and came up with the Rubik's Cube. The Rubik's Cube was first made by Ono Rubik, and then a few years later, back in 1977, Ono Rubik first put it in production by a company called Polytechnica or Polytoys, depending on which era you were looking at it. Like, it was mid-70s, like mid to late 70s, early 80s. Polytechnica had a chain to Polytoys. And since of that, yeah, in the very first batch of these 3x3 were made with solid pieces, so that the puzzle was very heavy because of the solid plastic pieces. And the original cube came with the basic standard mechanism that we all know that has been around for 30 plus years. Yeah. And with those older original cubes, they came with this original color scheme. Blue opposite white, green opposite yellow, orange opposite red. But when you say orange opposite of red, the orange is not in the same position as the orange and red are swapped. Like, if I put, say, for example, this cube, 40th anniversary cube, putting it in this configuration, where white is on top, green is on front, red and orange are swapped. And there's some of these cubes, there's many different brands, not many, but a few different brands out there in the 80s that was popular. Like, for say, the Rubik's Cube, Rubik's brand, Ideal. And then there was also this other brand that was popular called the Wonderful Puzzler. Yeah, and made a puzzle like this, keychain 3x3. Yeah. And many other 3x3. And there were a few others. And the thing about this, that most of my 3x3 that I have from the 80s has a flat center. sort of like this one that I'm showing you right now, where the center is flat instead of curved. Sort of like what I'm about to show you right here. Where, as you can see, the center part is curved. Yeah. I don't know why, but it was like that. It's also even shown in this Rubik's World 3x3 puzzle. Once I can get out an edge. Yeah, as you can see down in there, flat center. Yeah. And for about 30 years, up until 2010, the 3x3 mechanism has been the standard basic shape of a mechanism for the pieces. But the pieces have changed. The shape of the pieces have stayed the same, but they've changed slightly, like depending on what puzzle it was, the molds for it were a little bit different, or even was changed a tiny bit, like this one, but it still had that same basic general shape. Yeah. General style of shape of a puzzle. But, yeah. Still had the same basic general shape of pieces. It wasn't until mid-2010 or early 2010 that Diane introduced the Guhong, which is this puzzle right here. Which the Guhong revolutionized modern cubing, because the Guhong was the first major speed cube to really introduce really good corner cutting. But although, like, let's say this 3x3, can corner cut 45 degrees. Or better yet, let me show you an example of this. Like, showing you this example right here. Yeah, 45. Now, that wasn't a big issue, because a lot of cubes had 45 degree corner cutting before the Guhong. But the Guhong introduced really good reverse corner cutting. Yeah. Because most of the cubes before then never really had reverse corner cutting. And also the Guhong introduced a newer style of mechanism, which is this type of mechanism, which is much different from the older original mechanism. Yeah, so much different. It also introduced the concept of split pieces to form stickerless puzzle. And that sort of became a standard for the Diane puzzle after the Guhong, and for many other puzzles. So, yeah. But then, years later, after come this, it was like many other cubes were trying to become a Guhong-like puzzle, sort of like this V-cube pillar that had a basic general shape that was similar to Guhong for the pieces. But, yeah, and then Diane also introduced some puzzles like the Lin Hoi, the Zhanxi, the Lin Yang, and a few others that had a little bit different shape pieces for the puzzle 3x3. But it wasn't really until Fengshi came around and introduced this one major piece of design where they introduced the center plate things that you see there. And yeah, but Cube company have started to notice that that became a really good mechanism thing for us to use. And so they decided, go ahead and use it. Rubik's ended up making a newer speed cube, and the newer speed cube, well, they came out with two different models of the newer 2.0 Rubik's Cube. They came out with the regular store-bought version and then the speed cube version. Now, both of these are store-bought versions, but one has an adjustable core and the other one doesn't. But the pieces look like this. Yeah, pieces look like this. With the center and the core and all that stuff in there. It's so much different from Rubik's older sticker model, which has been the same mechanism for 30 plus years. Like this basic blocking mechanism. Yeah. But overall, depending on what cube you have, most likely it's going to have the auto style mechanism, but it can be applied to, may have newer style post-Gu Hong or pre-Gu Hong era type mechanism. And the pre-Gu Hong era mechanism have had a lot of different changes. Not a lot, but it has been the same for years. But changed slightly depending on from cube brand and cube type and all that. But now, and with the mechanism and all this stuff, and with all these cubes, the cubes that have 3x3 cubes and cube mechanism, puzzles that use 3x3 mechanism that have came out in wide variety of different shapes and sizes. Like, for say, this 3x3 ball. Let's see. 3x3 bandage cube right here. Some other puzzles like the truncated cube. And many more out there. But get the point. And they've also came in many, many different sizes. Like, for say, this 10 centimeter, 100 millimeter, 3x3 right here. They came in like 30 millimeter size, keychain 3x3, 20 millimeter, 19 millimeter, and the smallest mass produced one is the 15 millimeter Mario Nano cube. But you get the point where all these puzzles were for 3x3 has evolved and changed over the years. And one thing I want to say before I end this is that I want to talk about a little bit more about the stickers for these original cubes back in the 80s. Now these stickers from the 80 cube are better quality than the modern day Rubik's brand. Not the newer 2.0 tiled one, but the older stickered version. Because these are like better quality, they're like vinyl quality stickered. Plus that the color scheme that they use is the original color scheme that has been used for the Rubik's brand and a bunch of these others up until the mid-90s. I'm not sure exactly when they changed the color scheme. But anyway, yeah, the stickers on the older ones are much better than what's on the newer cube. Yeah. But either way, the mechanism hasn't really changed that much in the past 30 years. But until 2010, that was when major changes happened. And one thing I want to show off, that's another major cubing change. Wherever that puzzle is. I'm not sure where it is. I got the puzzle right here. And it wasn't until like 2011 when Diane introduced the Lindhoi. The Lindhoi was first to introduce the standard torpedo pieces that are shown here that are used to hook underneath the corner base and prevent popping. So that's what this is. So in conclusion, this is an interesting video to show you all, and shows you how the cube has changed over the years and what has came from the original mechanism design and the original concept to what we have now, and what some of the key puzzles that I own that have some key features that are somewhat standard in some of these newer puzzles. Yeah.